today with the new electric Neos scooter from Yamaha, and we're joined by Imogen Pierce from Fully Charged. How are you doing, Imogen?
Yeah, really good, thank you. Thank you for inviting me along.
You're most welcome. It's great to have you here. So we've got the Neos. Not a lot of people would realise that Yamaha have actually been making electric motored vehicles for years now, small capacity buggies and e-bike motors, but the Neos is now the next step into the world of scootering and biking for Yamaha, and it's quite a trendy looking bike, don't you think?
Yeah, I really think so. I think especially this front looks very cute, looks very
Excellent.
approachable, and especially to someone who's quite new to this world as well.
Fantastic. Okay, so the Neos, it's a 50cc equivalent electric scooter, top speed of about 30 miles an hour. So, in a city like London with lots of 20-mile-an-hour zones, it's perfect. Comes with riding modes and eco mode, so if you want to squeeze a bit more juice out of the batteries, you can do, and smartphone connectivity, so you can get all your call notifications on the LCD display. So it's quite a tech-savvy bike. So as we're going to see today, hopefully, it's a great way to get across the hustle and bustle of London. So Imogen, tell us a bit about your background. What are the kind of bikes that you're used to riding on a day-to-day basis?
So I have to admit, I'm not actually that used to riding bikes, but I think more recently I've been thinking about, actually, where do I go? Where do I need to get to? How far do I travel in an average day? And it really makes you think, do you need a car? And actually, are there more affordable and still sustainable solutions available, of which obviously electric mopeds firmly fit in that category? So I'm still very new to this world. I did my CVT about a year ago.
Oh, right, yes,
and have trialled various different things and are still trying to find the right thing that's right for my level of experience. And I'm hoping that this might be it.
That's excellent. I've noticed the L plates on the Neos. So you've got a CBT.
Yes.
So you can ride 50cc equivalent electric scooter. It's worth pointing out, I think, as well, if you've got a driving license that predates 2001, you can ride the Neos without the L plates as well. So fantastic. And tell us a bit about Fully Charged.
So Fully Charged is an electric vehicle and clean energy show. So we make little episodes around new clean technologies and electric vehicles.
Okay.
We also have a live show that we have in various locations across the globe. But
Really?
It's amazing because we get to see wonderful companies like this and sort of really identify what's coming up in the world of clean tech and EVs.
That's fantastic. And so initial thoughts, you've had a good look around the bike, taking it out of a quick spin so far. What stands out for you so far with the Neos?
Well, it looks great.
Yeah.
I think, there are a lot of electric scooters that kind of exist at a similar price bracket that perhaps have a little bit more of a cheaper feel. This feels a little bit more premium, which obviously that comes with the territory of the brand. It's very cute. I mean, look at the front of it. That's like a lovely little face.
It is. It's got a really nice silhouette, hasn't it? It's a really nice face. So one thing I noticed when we were riding was how low the center of gravity felt. So really nimble to flip it around. The turning circle on the Neos is fantastic. You can really get those tight turns and squeeze in and out of traffic. So yeah, great. So what do you say we jump on these bikes then, go put a few more miles across London and see what they're all about?
Yeah, let's give it a go.
Let's go. So Imogen, we've just spent the day riding through the streets of London on the Neos. How did you find it?
Well, I would say it's been remarkably enjoyable. I think we mentioned before, it's got an incredible turning circle. It feels like you've got enormous control. And I have never met anyone who said, oh, do you know what? I find driving in London really enjoyable. But on this, it was really fun.
It is, and I found the low center of gravity, how nimble it is. You can just change direction on a whim. So if you miss your turning or whatever, in London in the car, you're going to be stuck, aren't you? But with the Neos, you can just change direction, nip around. Earlier, you commented on how narrow and light the bike is. Compared to other electric scooters, do you find it quite nimble, the Nios, and easier to use ergonomically?
Yes,
Yeah.
super nimble, and I think that's so important when in London you have got a lot of traffic. There's lots of pedestrians. You have to
Yeah.
have your wits around you
Yeah,
about
yeah.
you, and if you can move off quickly, then that makes such a difference. And I was thinking about it. I was like, wow, this is it's shoulder width apart.
Yeah.
That gives me tremendous amount of control.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's sort of, you could imagine just getting on and like instinctively sort of knowing what to do.
Fantastic. And when pulling away from the lights and keeping ahead of traffic, you had no problems with that at all? Was that good?
So no, I didn't. And
Yeah.
actually, the light went green, and I was next to like some massive pickup truck.
Yeah.
And I beat them by a mile, even though
Excellent.
there's only a top speed of
30 miles an hour.
30
Yes,
miles an
30
hour.
miles an hour.
Could still beat the pickup truck.
That's
so,
fantastic. And I noticed as well the Nios has got the 2 riding modes, standard and eco. I found I was dropping into eco, 23 miles an hour top speed, but because of all the 20-mile-an-hour limits, it kind of worked. I didn't have any issues at all. No, it was good.
Yeah. And I think that's the other thing, because in London, average speed is like 9 miles an hour, but if you're on a moped, then you will be getting up to those kind of like 20 miles an hour, and it means that it actually feels quite quick.
That's fantastic, brilliant. And I noticed as well how quiet it was, stopping at the traffic lights. You could hear everything around you. Even when you're riding, you can hear what's going on around you, and I think that's quite important as a rider. And also, there's no heat. It's quite a so when the summertime comes, you're not going to get really hot like on a traditional petrol-powered bike. So yeah, thumbs up all around.
Yeah, definitely.
Brilliant. So we've been riding the Nios through the London streets. It's been an absolute pleasure, Imogen. Thank you very much for joining us today and giving your insights.
Oh, thanks so much for letting me join you.
Brilliant. Thank you.